A black single mom laughed at in the boardroom. Hours later, she blew up their $400 million deal with one cold move. You really think someone like you can handle a deal of this magnitude? The words weren't just insulting. They slapped the air, bold and brazen, as they echoed through the sleek, sterile boardroom. The silence that followed? Deafening. All eyes turned to Danielle Carter, the only black woman in the room. A single mother, a government deal negotiator. And right now, the person holding their future in her calm, steady hands. Her grip on the pen in her hand tightened, ever so slightly. But her expression? A masterclass in control. No emotion, no reaction, just stone-cold grace. Around her, smug smiles spread like poison. The suits didn't respect her, didn't see her.
To them, she was just a box to check.
A formality. Someone to push the papers and nod. Oh, how wrong they were. Because just a few hours later, Danielle would make a single call. And with it, she would obliterate their arrogance and wipe $400 million off their books.
Gone. Done.
Just like that. Her voice when she spoke was steady, almost too calm. Effective immediately, the government is withdrawing from the partnership. On the other end,
panic.
Disbelief. You could hear it in the silence that followed. They didn't expect it. They never do when power speaks from a place they underestimated. But how did it even get here? Let's rewind. Danielle Carter wasn't just someone who signed off on contracts. She was a warrior in heels. A mother who rose from public housing to executive suites, who fought tooth and nail for every inch of space she stood in. She knew what it felt like to be doubted,
dismissed.
Every overnight policy draft, every patronizing chuckle, every choice between her son's science fair and a last-minute strategy session, she bore it all, quietly, powerfully. But today was the last straw. The meeting had started like 1,000 others. Polite nods, PowerPoints, practiced pitches. Then came the shade. Must be tough juggling mommy duties and real work, huh? Honestly, we assumed someone with more experience would be leading this. Laughter. Snide looks. As if her presence there was some sort of joke. Her blood simmered. But she didn't show it. Because Danielle had learned that rage, for women like her, came with a cost. So she smiled. She nodded. And she waited. Back at her office, she dove into the contract. Their golden goose. The deal they assumed she'd stamp without question.
But Danielle?
She read between lines. She saw things. And what she found was damning. Violations. Buried clauses. Phantom budget numbers. Clear signs of bid rigging. She could report it or let them burn themselves. At 5 p.m. sharp, the CEO called. Danielle, we need to finalize this tonight. This is critical, you understand, right?
She did.
She understood the pressure, the power, and what it meant to finally have the upper hand. Of course, she said smoothly. You'll have my response very soon. Her phone buzzed. A call from her son's school. Again. Miss Carter? Tyler's been waiting for over an hour. That hit different. The guilt. The weariness. The endless sacrifices. She stared at her desk, torn. Tired of missing moments. Tired of bending just to be seen. Tired of being told her strength wasn't enough. Then her eyes landed on the contract again. And something inside her shifted. A quiet, determined smile spread across her face. The email she sent was sharp.
Direct.
After review, the department has found multiple breaches of federal compliance. The deal is terminated. Effective immediately. No drama. No warning. Just facts. And then the chaos exploded. The press picked it up fast. Government axes $400 million deal amid scandal. Every headline echoed louder than the last. The CEO? Furious. His voice shaking as he called. You'll regret this. Danielle leaned back, exhaled, and watched the panic unfold like a perfectly set domino trail. She shut her laptop, slid on her coat, and walked out to pick up her son on time. For the first time in years, she felt weightless. Not because she'd won, but because she had chosen herself. Chosen respect. Some battles aren't about revenge or even justice. They're about reminding the world. Never, ever underestimate a Black single mother. If this story hit you deep, smash that like button. Drop a karma in the comments. Because Danielle didn't just cancel a contract, she made a statement. Collision.